This is Morning Motivation for Educators on the Bee Podcast Network. Learn about all the shows at beepodcastnetwork.com. You'll hear from a variety of formal and informal educators who help put this podcast together. If you'd like to contribute your voice to the show, please go to morningmotivationedu.com to apply. I am Candice Noss, a physical therapist, a life coach, a lifelong Christian, a mother of 6, and I created my business, the Mind, Body, Spirit Trifecta, where I liberate, enlighten, and empower others to elevate their mind, body, and spirit and own their divine greatness. Good morning, my friends. Happy Thankful Thursday. What are you thankful for today? My nugget of gratitude this week is for understanding the universal truth: there is opposition in all things. Now let's talk about universal truths for a minute. I love when I find these. Universal truths are divine laws that are always in play. Whether we acknowledge or believe in them or not, they are incontrovertible. There is opposition in all things. This is a truth that we cannot escape. Everything has its opposite. Everything we experience, every relationship, every job, every circumstance, the curriculum of our life will be full of opposition, and nothing has gone wrong. Our lives have many good things about them and many not so good things about them. The reason for the opposition in all things is in order to allow us to grow. There has to be enough easy and comfortable to give us momentum, but there has to be enough difficult and hard to challenge us enough to create progression of character. Consider for a moment this question: what has made you into the person you are today? When you think back over your life, what experiences or lessons did you learn that led you to exactly who you are? As you think about that, I guarantee it was a trial or a time in your life that was really hard that created you into the person that you are. So often, our mess becomes our message. The test becomes the testimony. It's the hard that makes us grow. And that easy, that's what provides the respite that allows us to keep going. So I like to simplify the law, there's opposition in all things, into a catchy saying. I like to say, life is 50-50. Half the time it will be wonderful, comfortable, and great. And half the time it's going to be hard, uncomfortable, painful even. The power that we have is to recognize that when the tricky stuff happens, nothing has gone wrong here. Everything is figure outable, and there is supposed to be opposition in all things. We are here to learn and grow and progress and become. Now, if we don't truly understand or buy into the fact that life is going to be 50-50, but if we think instead that everything's supposed to be awesome all of the time, then we are setting ourselves up for some major suffering. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is pain plus resistance. When we don't allow the 50-50 of life, but expect everything to be 100% awesome, we then create resistance to the hard. And that resistance plus pain truly does result in suffering. So to expect anything other than a 50-50 experience is a recipe for disappointment, self-sabotage, and suffering. I am so grateful for the normalcy and the grace that this divine law of opposition in all things grants for bad days, crappy execution, and unmet hopes. It is supposed to be 50-50, and when everything doesn't go perfectly, nothing has gone wrong. It's not supposed to be 100% awesome all the time, and I'm not supposed to be perfect. We are here to grow, and it's the hard 50 of life that inspires the biggest changes toward that growth. Now, in the past, I used to think that if trials and really hard things happened to me, it was a punishment for something that I had done wrong or something that I wasn't doing that I was supposed to be doing, right? I must not be living right or life would be easier, was my false belief. I would beat myself up when the difficult things happened, thinking that I was somehow the cause of the hardships in my life. There truly is liberation in recognizing we are all human, striving to do our very best and often falling short. It is the acceptance and allowance of the difficult 50 that allows us to stop resisting reality. Recognizing the gift of eventual growth when life or circumstances or relationships get hard. Recognizing the gift allows us to say, okay, this is what is, so now what? Accepting the 50-50 of life as just our curriculum and a normal part of the journey. It makes it so our stumbling blocks truly become our stepping stones, and we become more and more like our highest self. I offer this Thankful Thursday message to you today in hopes that as you consider your role as a teacher or a mother or a father or a friend, as you consider the relationships that you have and the roles that you play, you realize being a teacher is also going to be 50-50. Being a mom or a dad or a friend, it's going to be 50-50. You're going to be incredible at it, at least 50% of the time, and that's just right. Your kids will be really, really hard at least 50% of the time, and nothing has gone wrong. May the understanding of this universal truth, there is opposition in all things, allow you to more effectively access grace for you and for all the relationships and circumstances in your life. It is supposed to be a sticky, beautiful, exhilarating, exhausting, wonderful mess. I love the quote by L.R. Nost. Life is amazing, and then it's awful, and then it's amazing again. And in between the amazing and awful, it's ordinary and mundane and routine. Breathe in the amazing, hold on through the awful, and relax and exhale during the ordinary. That's just living, heartbreaking, soul-healing, amazing, awful, ordinary life. And it's breathtakingly beautiful. I love that. So friends, celebrate the positive 50. Hold on, choosing to learn and grow from the negative 50. And through it all, remember, you are designed for greatness. Thank you for listening. And whatever role you have in education, we have a podcast for you at bepodcastnetwork.com. Who among your friends and colleagues needs to hear this message today? Please share it with them right now.